Her voice cut through the laughter like a knife. "Can you stand by the bathroom wall so you don't ruin my birthday photos with your face?" The room froze for a heartbeat. The smile on her lips disguised the venom in her tone. Everyone laughed nervously, waiting for me to bristle. I didn't. I smiled, as instructed. I walked to the table, picked up the small black box wrapped with silver ribbon, the gift I had placed there earlier, and slipped it under my arm. The chatter resumed, but I didn't hear it. Their voices blurred, a low hum drowning beneath the rhythm of my own pulse. No one followed me as I left. The front door clicked shut behind me, and the night air was colder than it should have been. By the time they discovered what I left behind, it would already be too late. The phone calls began before midnight. It hadn't started tonight. Tonight was only the performance, the curtain lifting on a truth I'd already rehearsed. The real beginning was months earlier, a careless whisper I wasn't meant to hear. My wife, drunk on wine, laughing too close to her sister's husband, their shadows touching on the kitchen wall. I told myself it was nothing, that she was tired, that marriage wears people thin and laughter finds cracks to slip through. But then came the text, glowing in the dark of our bedroom while she showered. Last night was dangerous, but perfect. Her phone buzzed again before I could set it down. I didn't open the thread further. I didn't need to. My stomach had already dropped, dragging my trust with it. That was the night I stopped being her husband. Outwardly, I remained, quiet, observant, waiting. She slept beside me, her body heavy, her breath steady. I stared at the ceiling and understood something with terrifying clarity. Betrayal is not a wound, it is a mirror. And in that reflection, you see who you truly are. I learned to study her silence, the way her smile lingered after certain phone calls, the shift of her pupils when her sister's husband entered a room. Small things, easily dismissed, unless you were watching. I ordered a DNA test kit, disguised as a fun ancestry game for the family. She laughed when it arrived, rolling her eyes at my sudden interest in genealogy. I swabbed my cheek, sealed it, and encouraged her to do the same. Weeks passed. In the meantime, I combed through phone records, bank statements, trivial receipts that revealed their own story. An unfamiliar hotel charge, a pattern of calls, a timeline that fit too neatly. The evidence stacked like bricks, and with each one, the wall between us grew higher. I still kissed her goodnight, I still played the part. But inside, I was elsewhere. When the results finally arrived, the truth didn't shout. It whispered, cold, clinical, a single line that stripped me of illusion. The child she swore was mine wasn't. I didn't scream, I didn't confront, I simply waited for the perfect moment. Her sister's birthday, the house packed with people, cameras flashing, music low, glasses clinking, the night designed for celebration. I wrapped the black box with precision. Inside, the DNA results folded neatly. No note, no explanation, only truth, sealed in silence. When her sister insulted me, banishing me to the corner of the photographs, it was almost poetic, a final push to the stage I'd built. I collected my box, smiled, and walked out. They found it hours later. First confusion, then panic. The calls began before I reached home. Her number, her sister's, even her father's, over and over. My phone lit up like a fire alarm. I didn't answer. The next morning she came home, face pale, eyes wide. "You! How could you? Why would you?" Her words collided, unfinished. She looked like a child, cornered. I sipped my coffee. The quiet hum of the refrigerator filled the air between us. Finally, she asked the only question that mattered. "How long have you known?" I met her gaze, calm, long enough. Her mouth trembled. She wanted me angry, shouting, throwing things. Rage she could argue with, fight against, manipulate. But I wasn't going to give her that. My stillness was her punishment. Her sister's husband had fled before sunrise, apparently. She was left with the wreckage, and me sitting there, composed, watching her unravel. There is no violence sharper than truth delivered in silence. Bargaining, promises heavy with desperation. But every word she spoke slid off me like rain against stone. I had already buried us. The house became two separate worlds. Hers filled with noise and frantic explanations, mine a sanctuary of quiet. I no longer cared who believed her, who pitied her, who condemned her. That was her war to fight. All I had left was clarity. The night I finally packed my bag, she didn't stop me. She sat on the edge of the bed, hollow, her eyes empty. I closed the door behind me. On the drive away, I thought of her sister's birthday. The laughter, the insult, the box on the table. The truth inside had done what I couldn't. And as my phone buzzed again, vibrating endlessly with her name flashing across the screen, I let it ring. Some calls are not meant to be answered.